Isn't it interesting how, for decades and continuing to this day, many people have and still do dismiss any talk or warning about a coming global currency, a cashless society, mark of the beast type of a system as being a crazy conspiracy theory? When world leaders like the former president of Russia, Dmitry Medvedev, have called for a world currency, even showing off a replica of what he thought it may look like. China in the past have called for a new global currency, and then Timothy Geithner, who was the head of the Treasury Department, said that he was open to China's proposal. Even the United Nations wants a quote global currency to replace the dollar, as many people expect the dollar to, at some point in the future, be completely destroyed through hyperinflation or some type of a monetary crash. And of course, preparations have been made for an Amero, although it's been called a conspiracy theory too by the New York Times and others, which is the proposed currency and endorsed by the Council on Foreign Relations to merge the three currencies from Canada, the United States, and Mexico into one currency, not to mention a North American Union. But that's been called a crazy conspiracy theory as well, even though the United Nations and the Council on Foreign Relations have endorsed such a plan. Back in 2008, a admitted, confirmed FBI informant and COINTELPRO provocateur named Hal Turner made a YouTube video claiming to actually have an Amero currency, and the video went viral at the time, getting nearly 500,000 views, which, particularly in 2008, was an extraordinary feat on YouTube, as a clever ploy to try to dismiss the, quote, conspiracy theories, when what he really did was just simply get a replica coin, which was purchased from Daniel Carr or a variety of other people that have been creating, novelty fake Amero coins. But Hal Turner said it was the real deal. He had an insider source. The crash of the dollar was going to happen within weeks or months. A clever ploy, probably approved and created by the FBI handlers that he had to get anybody to dismiss the idea of an Amero currency as, again, as the New York Times reported, a conspiracy. And isn't it interesting that in 1988, the cover of The Economist magazine, a very popular industry insider publication, had this on their cover: "Get ready for a world currency." And they actually had an article detailing a proposed Phoenix currency. What they said could potentially be the name. A phoenix is a mythological bird that symbolizes death and resurrection, which is why it's used by the Illuminati. A supposed double-headed eagle, which really is a double-headed phoenix, you may have seen as the symbol of the 33rd degree of Freemasonry. But isn't it interesting how it's just a crazy conspiracy theory when this industry insider magazine back in the 1980s actually proposed and endorsed such a plan? And if and when it happens, it very well may likely be called the Phoenix. Many people are expecting the death of the dollar at some point in time through some kind of a rigged, planned destruction. And what better name than to occultly signify the new currency rising out of the death, as this cover shows the Phoenix rising out of the dollars that it's sitting on that are burning. But that's just a crazy conspiracy theory, right? Even though the United Nations, former China's president, China's chief economist, former Russian president, former head of the Treasury Department, Timothy Geithner over there at a Council on Foreign Relations meeting said he was open to it, right? This in the wake of many people claiming that a digital currency, quote, could end corruption. That's right. It'll just help. It'll be good for society. So another, quote, conspiracy theory that appears to be, at least the plans and I'm sure that they'll do it at some point in time. It's just a matter of when. Appears to be another conspiracy fact. How many times have crazy conspiracy theories later been confirmed, admitted, and approved by the government, and then they just forget about the conspiracy theory label? Kind of like the Bilderberg meetings. It's been a conspiracy theory for decades, and now it's just, oh, well, of course, yes, of course, it's a big meeting. I mean, it's no big deal, right? Just don't worry about our decades of denial and Sean Hannity and other mainstream media talking heads ridiculing anybody or dares to mention it, if you can even bypass the call screener by giving them a fake story to talk about, and then when you're live on the air mentioning the Bilderberg group, right? So don't worry about a thing. You've been a crazy conspiracy theory for decades, but when it finally comes, it'll be good. It'll be good. You know, all those crazy conspiracy theorists, just have to get forced into taking big pharma medication and, send them off to a FEMA camp, right? So there you have it. The potential name of the coming, quote, world currency. As The Economist magazine says, get ready, because it's coming. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're new. Check out some of the previous videos and the playlists. Hit me up on Facebook and Twitter. You can check out my book, The New World Order, Facts and Fiction, which has this detailed in a further analysis. So thanks again for watching. Hit me up on Facebook and Twitter, and stay tuned because there's more videos coming soon.